Want to build your sports network fast? Watch this video so you can start growing connections ASAP. Hey baller, it's Adrienne, sports industry career coach. For the best sports career and internship advice, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a brand new video every single Tuesday. If you want to know how to grow your sports industry network, by the end of this video you'll have 3 takeaways that you can start implementing immediately. I've used these tactics to connect with different people in the sports industry, ranging from top executives to CEOs and founders, and you could use these tactics too. Tip number 1, go to networking events. Networking events are such a great way to connect with people, especially since we're in the digital age where everything's done over the phone or the internet. Connecting with people in person is still the #1 way to network with someone. So, places to find networking events: if you're a student, go to your career center, and I cannot stress this enough. When I was in college, I really wish I utilized this resource more. I pretty much only used it my junior and senior year of college because, I was getting closer to graduating, but I really recommend you use it because and even if you're a freshman, there's no such thing as too early to start pursuing your sports career interests, because at the end of the day, going to these events will be setting you up for the best opportunities available, especially if you're going to the career center, because half of the time these networking events are career fairs or job fairs where you actually get to meet with the people that work at these different sports organizations in person. And by meeting with them in person, you can get a feel for the type of culture and the type of people that are at these organizations, and they can also get a feel for you. And by meeting with them in person, this begins to nurture a relationship that you can build over time. Another way that you can go to live networking events is by going to Eventbrite.com, and it's also an app. So Eventbrite has a ton of different events, and this ranges even beyond just networking events, but for the topic of this conversation, we'll keep it to sports networking. You can search for different type of sports networking events and also be able to look into locations that are near you. So if you're in a smaller city or even a big city, they have tons of different events that are available at your hand, and some events are free, some cost money. It kind of ranges just depending on what organization's hosting it and for what purpose, but that's another great way that you can find different sports events. The only thing about Eventbrite is it's not really consistent in terms of how frequent these events are, so you kind of just have to actively be searching. I recommend maybe on a weekly basis if you're really trying to go to a lot of networking events. And a lot of times, since some of these events cost money, or there's a cap on how many people can be attending these events, it's good to just kind of be actively searching on Eventbrite to make sure to RSVP your spot to attend these events. Another great way to go to live networking events is by searching on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is really a powerhouse tool of finding jobs and networking opportunities within the sports industry, and just in general, you can meet so many different people through LinkedIn. A way that I've utilized LinkedIn to find out about networking events in my area is by going to the search bar and searching sports networking events. And by searching sports networking events and looking specifically at the content tab, I'm able to see whatever type of sports networking events are happening. And this is kind of across the board in terms of what the results are. Some results are literally across the country or even internationally. So there's lots of opportunities to find out about sports networking events. It's a little challenging to narrow down a location, but you'll be able to see what general events are happening. Moving on to tip number 2, I would recommend you use LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the magical resource that I have been able to use to land internships and jobs and so many different opportunities to meet new people who work in the sports industry in capacities that I didn't even think I would ever learn or get to know about. So a couple seconds ago, when I mentioned how to use LinkedIn to find out about networking events, if you're following different sports organizations or different sports professionals, these people or companies are also going to be sharing different things that are happening at their organization. So that could be networking events at a Brooklyn Nets game where you get to go sit in a suite and connect with different professionals and get to sit in and learn about a panel of speakers who work in the sports industry. So there's so many resources available for you to find out about different sports opportunities and networking events on LinkedIn. Now, in terms of sports professionals that you can connect with, there's really an endless amount of people that you can connect with. The most important part of connecting with these people is by, and especially if you don't know them, is by creating a customized message when you want to connect with them. I've literally received thousands of friend requests, or I guess connection requests on LinkedIn, and I would say 95% of them do not have a custom message. And that is pretty much the deal breaker for me when I'm connecting with people on LinkedIn. You pretty much need to have a custom message for that person, because you're reaching out, and imagine someone knocking on your door and you say, "Who is it?" and there's no response. And you look at the door and you can see there's a person, but they're not responding to what you're saying. So you need to customize your message to the people that you want to connect with on LinkedIn in the sports industry, because they don't know why you're reaching out to them, and if you don't have a reason why you're reaching out to them, then don't reach out to them to begin with. So you really do need to customize that message, because different sports professionals, especially at top sports organizations, are probably receiving tons of requests to connect on LinkedIn, and you really do need to stand out as a potential connection for this person, so they can add you to their network. Based off of your interests, comment below with what type of sports organizations or sports professionals you're looking to connect with. Tip number 3, join a networking group or multiple networking groups. So again, I'm gonna wrap in LinkedIn because LinkedIn's so amazing, but LinkedIn also gives you access to tons of different sports networking groups that you can be a part of. What I literally recommend you do right now is go to LinkedIn, search in the search bar, sports networking groups, and you will be able to access all the different sports networking groups that are available. Make sure that you clarify that you want the groups tab, because that'll really specify what type of organizations you're looking for, and start searching which ones match your interests and fit. In general, what I really love about sports networking groups is the entire construct or concept of these groups is to connect with other people in sports. And even if you're not a sports professional yet, you are on the road to becoming one. So these networking groups, again, at the end of the day, everyone's looking to connect with other people. The first step is to take the action to actually connect with these people. And on top of that, provide value to the people that you're networking in these groups. And even if you think you have nothing to offer them, even if it's just your time, or you do some research about an organization before you meet with a person that works there, and you see that they're doing something really great in the business, and you could provide your insight or expertise, or even just something that you're passionate about that they're working on, this will inevitably provide value to that person. So whatever you do, provide as much value as possible to the people that you're connecting with in sports, even if you have no experience to begin with, because at the end of the day, you have to make them want to connect with you. And again, you don't have to have experience. You don't have to be the best of the best or the top dog. You just need to provide value. Coming out of this, if you don't do anything else, join my networking group, Ballers In, where you can connect with different sports industry professionals, learn about internships, job opportunities, you can share your accomplishments and connect with different sports industry professionals. And the link to join is below. So all you have to do is go to that link and boom, you're already in a networking group. I have a bonus tip for you that I kind of sprinkled throughout the video, but I really do want to repeat because it's so important and so crucial to being a successful networker. When you're connecting with these people, you're putting all this time and energy into meeting new people in the sports industry and growing your network and doing this and doing that. What's most important in this space as someone who's networking with another professional is to continue to nurture that relationship and to continue to follow up with those people that you connect with. If you connect with someone once and you jump on the phone with them and you take all the information that they have to give and then you disappear for the rest of your life and they never hear from you again, that is a opportunity wasted and lost forever. You may have gotten what you wanted out of that situation, but you need to provide value to the people that are taking the time out of their day to learn about what you're interested in pursuing in sports and what your goals are and what you want to accomplish, because that's the least you can do. And I genuinely mean that. I don't know how else to say that, because that's the truth of the matter, is you need to follow up with these people like they're your friends. Like, well, maybe not like they're your friends, but you need to follow up with these people, because you don't want it to just be a one-stop and just never return back to that relationship again. You want to grow that relationship, and because of that, these people will think of you first when there are job opportunities that match what you're interested in, that matches what you're passionate about in the company that you want to work at. So continue to grow those relationships with the people that you connect with, and don't let it just be a one-time thing. And that is my bonus tip for you. And this is the one thing that has helped me succeed in growing relationships with people and networking with different sports professionals in the industry. And by nurturing these relationships, the person that you thought you may have just spoken to one time and never heard from again, if you kept continuing on that relationship, it could have turned into something way more. And for me, that turned into my future bosses, my future mentors, my future friends in the sports industry. And those are the relationships that you really want to grow. It's not just learning about what someone does and then disappearing forever. It is those mentors, those friends, those future bosses, those future coworkers, those future employees that you may be hiring. So you never know what's going to come out of these networking opportunities. So don't waste them, use them wisely. You're putting all this effort into networking anyway, so you might as well make the most of it. Now you have 3 tips to grow your sports network. If you like this video, please let me know by hitting the like, subscribe, and share with your friends who want to build their network. And please let me know which tip you're going to be trying first in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.